Hey, this is another episode of In the Truck with Josh, or if you're listening on the podcast, your DIY ally. Today, as I'm driving, I want to talk a little bit about accurate estimates and why I feel they're important and how to get an accurate estimate. So, many times I have been called to look at projects, and usually there's multiple people looking at these projects, multiple contractors, and their homeowners are doing their due diligence, trying to find a good person that they can mesh with. But some people will give a real quick, rough estimate, which is fine. But what I find interesting is they don't really get into what you want, the specifics. You can tell them you want a kitchen and they'll say it's some number, 50,000 or whatever. I have a hard time doing that. I can do it and I have done it, but I really want to understand what it is you want, what materials you want, what function you're trying to attain with your space, how you're going to use it. I just want to know as much as possible, because the more detail I know, the more accurate my quote can be. So that's why it's important for me and other contractors to ask you the right questions. Try to dig in depth as to what you want, and that sometimes leads into a design, and you want your design well thought out. And a design is going to be a commitment between you and the contractor or designer. Usually you have to pay for a design, but that's really going to help you think through what you want, and you're going to work with a budget. You'll have to have a budget, or say a budget at some point, so you can kind of base your design around a budget number. And maybe sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down, and maybe you don't necessarily think every last thing out. But yeah, ask those questions, or you want to work with somebody who will ask those questions, somebody that will get you a design and walk through it with you. Like I said, usually you have to pay for that, but it's going to save you money and time in the long run, and frustration, because you can take that design and you can get a real price instead of just something written on a napkin that probably isn't going to be accurate. So if you got some ideas, maybe a Pinterest board or some magazine pictures or some stuff on Houzz online or something, you don't have to hesitate to call, because we are here and we will help you put that together with the design. That's what we do. I just want to stress that a design is going to be key to getting an accurate price. And maybe you don't need an accurate price right off the bat, but if you're serious about doing a project, that's going to be the best way to go about it, to get accurate quotes, to get a price that you can say this is what it's going to cost. Because the things you get scribbled out on paper or napkins, they're usually not going to work out very well. And like I said, it'll be frustrating and just won't make the whole experience pleasant. And that's what we try to do. So if you're thinking of getting started, feel free to give me a call, 612-221-0965, and I will help you get to a good end result. So thanks again for listening to In the Truck with Josh, and if you're on the podcast, your DIY ally.